Hello and welcome to an online course on data science. In this video, we will be seeing data science life cycle. In the previous video, we have seen introduction to data science. Now we will cover data science life cycle. So now, data science life cycle basically consists of 7 stages. So the first stage is the business understanding. Second stage is data mining. Third stage, data cleaning. Fourth stage, data exploration. Fifth stage, feature engineering. Sixth stage, predictive modeling. And seventh stage, data visualization. Now we will be seeing all these steps step by step, right? So let us see. The first stage in data science life cycle is the business understanding. So before you can even start on data science project, it is critical that you understand the problem you are trying to solve, right? So problem understanding is required before taking a data science project, right? We typically use data science to answer these 5 questions. So you may use the questions like how much or how many is required, or from which category it is required. So it is based on the classification. How many and how much will be answered from regression, right? So which group? So it is basically type of a clustering. So sometimes you may face some weird situations, right? Erratic fluctuations, right? So it is basically from where the problem is occurring, that is anomaly detection, right? So which option should be taken? That is you are recommending it, right? So you can have multiple questions, but the basic form of questions which will include is from this list, right? So understanding the power of the data and how you can utilize it to derive results for your business by asking the right question is more of an art than science. Then doing this well comes with a lot of experience, right? So business understanding is very important. If you are not sure that what uh, to what you are targeting, so you may not be able in position to ask a correct question, because if you ask a correct question you will get correct response or correct data. Okay, so you must develop business understanding first, which is very crucial. And how it can be improved? It can be improved using it, the experience, right? So business understanding comes with the experience. The second stage in the life cycle is data mining. Now you have the objective with you, you have the vision, right? So in data mining phase, it is the process of gathering data from different sources. Now sources may include the websites, okay. Sources may include the maybe your Facebook page, okay. The content you are viewing, or the sources may be online survey or offline surveys, or you have filled some questionnaires, right? So these are the various sources from which the data can be collected, right? So at the stage of data mining, what you should focus on, that what data do I need for my project, where does it live or where it will come from, how can I obtain it, what is the most efficient way to store and access the data. That is whether to store the data in a file is efficient, or it is to be stored in a table format, right? So this we have to think of while collecting the data or generating the data or gathering the data, right? And very important thing, finding the right data takes both time and effort. because you may collect various data from variety of the sources, right? But finding the right data takes both time and effort. So if you have collected variety of data from various sources and then you are finding it which data is required to me and which is not, so it will take your time and effort. So you first have to determine that what data I need, okay, and how to obtain it. So this is the basic data mining stage. Now in the third stage, that is data cleaning stage. Now you have obtained the data from various sources, okay. Now the third stage is cleaning stage, that the data which is not required to you, you have to scrap it off, okay. So to perform any analytical step on the data, it needs to be in the certain format, right? The format may be in the table format or some other format, okay. So it could be also said that data needs to be cleaned before processing any further, and hence this step is also known as data preparation or data wrangling, because you are basically preparing a data for further processes. That's why it is also called as data preparation, right? So what types of anomalies can be found in the data? So it may consist like the data could also have inconsistencies within the same column. We have collected the data from various sources, okay. So in one survey you have supposed the surveyor has given you 0 and 1, okay. In another questionnaire or survey, the same question can be answered with no or yes, right? So there can be anomalies in only one column, so you have to convert either in 0 or 1, or in yes or no, or in true or false, okay. So you have to convert this data in some suitable form, right? So another type of inconsistency that may be present in the data, that these zeros might be integers, or in some cases it could be strings, okay. So it is displaying you like 0, okay, but by mistake you have typed O instead of 0. So it could be string as well if you typed O, and it could be integer if you type 0, right? So there could be anomalies with the data types also, right? Again, there could be spelling mistakes, that is instead of this MALE, by mistake you have written MAIL, okay. Or there may be problems due to uppercase and lowercase characters. Some may have written MALE, that is with small m, some may have written capital M, okay. Or okay, so this is the second type of anomaly. And the third type of data cleaning is basically handling missing values. Okay, whenever you collect data from variety of sources, it is not necessary that all the values in the rows and columns will be filled, okay. So in some cases you may have some missing values, okay. So you can put your efforts on either deleting all the entries with missing values, or you have to predict some missing value in the column, right? So this is the data cleaning process. Now after the data is cleaned, so next step is the data exploration phase. That is, you are actually exploring your data. So the data exploration stage is like a brainstorming of data analysis. So this is where you understand the patterns and biases in your data. Okay. It could involve pulling up and analyzing a random subset of the data using pandas, that is the library in Python, plotting a histogram or distribution curve to see general trend, or even creating an interactive visualization that lets you dive down into each data point and explore the story behind the outliers. For example, if you are having the, the data that is say uh, let us say student, okay, and you are having say 60 students, you have collected data for 60 students, right? And you have collected the data regarding the two variables, that is their sleep duration, how many hours they are sleeping, right? Sleep duration. So some may say 8 hours, 6.5 hours, or say 4 hours, or 10 hours, etc. like that. And the second variable you have collected is their scores. Okay, that is, suppose student 1 is sleeping for 8 hours and he is getting 90%. Suppose student say 60 student is there, he is sleeping for 10 hours and he is getting some 85% like that, right? So you are trying to establish the relationship between the data after it is cleaned and prepared, right? So in this stage, you will basically plot some graphs or histogram or distribution curve to identify underlying patterns in the data. Okay, so this is the data exploration stage. The next stage is feature engineering. Now, a feature is a measurable property or attribute of a phenomenon being observed. That is, in the previous example, we were observing the scores obtained by the students and its corresponding sleep duration. So these two will be called as features. Okay. So if you are predicting the scores of a student, a possible feature is amount of sleep they get, right? So we typically perform two types of tasks in feature engineering. One is feature selection and second is feature construction. So what is feature selection? It is the process of cutting down the feature that add more noise than information. You may have collected multiple uh, data, that is features. So we have to cut down some of the features which generates the noise than information. And the next type of task in feature engineering is feature construction, which involves creating new features from one that you already have, right? So this is feature engineering. The next step is predictive modeling. Now, based on the business problem, your models can be selected. It is essential to identify what is the task, its classification problem, regression or prediction problem, or it is a time series forecasting or a clustering problem. Okay, so you have to ask what type of problem it is. Once the problem type is sorted out, the corresponding model could be identified and implemented. And remember, your model should be robust one and not an overfitted model or underfitted model. If it is overfitted model, then the prediction for future data will not come out accurately. Okay, so we have, this is the predictive modeling stage. And the last stage in data science life cycle is data visualization. Now in this stage, visualization of the findings should be done. It should be in line with business questions. Okay, it should be meaningful to the organization and the stakeholders. Once we have derived the intended insights from your model, you have to represent them in a way that different key stakeholders in the project can understand it. and presentation through visualization should be such that it should trigger action in the audience, right? So how you are presenting your data to your stakeholders is very important. Okay, so this is all about data science life cycle. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any queries or require any further explanation, you can comment below. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. I hope you are liking my videos. Keep watching and happy learning.